What is going on, beautiful people? This is your favorite trading professor, the fundamental finesser. Let's go. So in this video, I just want to share with you some insights. Because again, not even again, I just started. Trading is a big topic, right? And I just want to immerse you in some of what is possible when you combine technical analysis with fundamentals, right? Because most people end up trading technical analysis. And while, yes, you can absolutely do that profitably, fundamentals gives you a next level edge to understand what is going to happen. But it's so interesting because the market is built in a way where you can't trade with just fundamentals, right? Because the timing might be wrong. And because the market goes on these big swings, seeking liquidity at times, right? That makes it so that if you time it wrong, you'll basically break even on the trade, right? So you can't just trade fundamentals. You need the fundamentals as a headwind, and then to time it with your technical analysis, right? So I'll give you an example, right? Like, let's say that you knew this was going to go up fundamentally from around this kind of zone of time, right? But you end up buying up here, right? You're going to have a massive issue with that because it's going to go into massive drawdown, massive drawdown, massive drawdown, and then then it finally goes back up to where it started. So you end up breaking even though your fundamental idea is right. But I digress. So let's talk about how I constructed this Euro USD trade right here. Found this. Well, it all starts from the fundamental idea. So you see what I do is I start from the fundamental idea and then I map out the technicals to understand when and what targets need to be hit first in order to get the entry. So, for example, we're on a 1 hour chart here. We can kind of see everything from this time frame. I've kind of created a coding system for the inducements that I have. Inducements is just a sweep of liquidity, right? And when liquidity gets swept, price usually wants to go in the opposite direction. So, as you can see, as price is starting to come down this way, it's coming from an inducement here, quite a large inducement. And what does this strong high want to do? It wants to send price down in this direction. So once I have price going down in this direction, I'm waiting for an inducement in itself in the opposite direction. And so what happens is we get these beautiful equal lows. Let me see if I can, let me get these beautiful equal lows right here. Boom. And then price comes down. It gives us our sweep, comes back up. That's our inducement, right? And then from there, we start making our way to the upside. So again, this is not just a technical trade. This is a fundamental trade. And so I kind of want to show you a bit about how I arrived at this conclusion. So this right here, behold, this is the macro zone. It is probably the most powerful retail fundamental engine in the industry, and I designed it myself. And so what I was seeing when I press my refresh button and it goes and it basically scours all of these sources and comes out with basically everything I need to trade the fundamentals right in front of me within just a click. And so the first thing I notice is that the most powerful currency is the euro. And so when I saw this, the reason behind it is because the ECB, which is the European Central Bank, essentially changed its view of what it was going to do at the next meeting. And when that happens, it's a very powerful catalyst for what's going to happen next with that currency. So I have this massive bullish catalyst for euro. So automatically I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, okay, I want to trade euro something. I want to trade euro something. Okay. In this case, pretty much anything that is a euro pair where the other pair isn't going to take it in the opposite direction and it's a good technical setup is going to be great. In this case, I paired it with the USD, which has a much lower rating of 0, right? The Federal Reserve is holding rates in place, which is going to be much more neutral, and combined with the Iran war. Now, it has been tough. It has been tough. This war has made things so confusing for traders, and I've seen it on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, about traders really struggling during this war. But here's the thing: you can trade the things that happen. You can trade the headlines, but you need to understand full fundamental narrative. You cannot just react to a headline, right? So in this case, I put together Euro, USD. Euro extremely bullish, the most bullish currency out of the majors, and then USD neutral and then bearish when peace talks come out, right? So we got that catalyst as well, even though I wouldn't necessarily need it. A neutral against this being super bullish would be perfectly fine for my fundamental conclusion. You see I have all of my geopolitical updates here. This is actually just one version of the macro zone. I actually have two versions. This is the version for day trading, which is much more detailed and fast-paced. Yeah, so this is the swing version. So yeah, that was basically the catalyst here. So combined with that, we get our inducement right here into a rejection block on the 30-minute chart. If we look at it here, look at this rejection block. So when liquidity gets fed into any type of support zone, that support zone ends up having a reaction that can potentially reverse price on the chart. So yeah, just to clarify, just talk about the liquidity a little bit. Liquidity is the engine of reactions. And so if I'm looking to take a trade, I'm looking for a zone that has liquidity being fed into it. A zone that has liquidity being fed into it. And all liquidity is just retail stop losses. So the fact that a bunch of retail traders are piled in longs here, and then there's a point of interest right behind it. And when price comes into this point of interest, the chance of reaction off of this area is very high. That is exactly what I'm doing here, right? You have this equal lows here. You have this rejection block right behind it. We are in discount, as you would call it, and we end up getting a liquidity sweep through the level and back up. We're good. That's the bottom. And I am in the trade from there, and we ride it all the way to the top, taking out liquidity here, powered by the fundamentals. So yeah, that's just a little bit of the power of liquidity combined with fundamentals. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and maybe picked up a trick or two. And yeah, I'm gonna see you later. Trade safe and trade well.